I'm Stephanie Flaubert. About 20 years ago, Janos Korban and I started working together in Germany. We started making experimental furniture. Really, it was because Janos was getting really interested in metal. I was working for an experimental architect over there called Günther Benisch, and he had access to this incredible metal workshop, and that's where we started experimenting and seeing what was possible with metal. We came back to Sydney 20 years ago now and set up a metal workshop, and ever since we've been really just kind of wrestling and manipulating and mangling metal, really. It's all about metal, because metal is treasure from the earth.
It's treasure from the earth, and I think it should be treated like treasure from the earth, and something special should come of it.
Yeah, so we try to make sort of something rare and valuable out of dirt, basically, and that's how sort of metal, you know, it is a finite resource. We don't want to waste it. We want to do something really interesting and special with it. We've spent 20 years messing around with it and manipulating it with a lot of different sorts of outcomes. Most recently, we've been looking at travelling lines and the kind of impact a line can have on you. What sorts of different characters there are in a line. Can a line have a different character? Is a fast line different to a slow line? Can that create an emotion? Can it make you feel something? And does that then make you think about the object differently? For the RIGG, we thought we'd put two works in opposition because we've got two themes, fast line and slow line. So the fast line theme is represented by a piece which is called Iron in the Soul, which is the title of a Sartre novel, which is all about the psychology of defeat, the psychology of capture, of imprisonment. It's all about powerlessness. So this piece is about that, and we're counterpointing that piece with another piece which is called Refuge, which is the opposite, which is a slow line piece, taking a kind of a seed pod form, which in a sense is a little bit like the ultimate refuge. It's about protection, it's about safety. So we're contrasting those two ideas with two contrasting lines and seeing what kind of expressiveness we can get into the pieces. We're just very interested in how people face off with these quite big pieces that still have a human scale, but also don't necessarily have a function. So people can't say, oh, it's a chair, I know what that is, I know how to react to that. They have to sort of think, well, what is this? So these pieces, maybe you can sit on them more as if they were a rock or something in the landscape. Sometimes it's not often we can work a function into our sculpture pieces, and sometimes it's better not to, in fact, and sometimes it's better to leave it like that and just hope that people will engage with it on another level. But it's difficult because often it can be a bit of a compromise combining those two things, and so a lot of the time it can be better to separate, but it depends on the circumstances.
Well, we have our own workshop and studio. I guess we can run with an idea quite efficiently. I mean, we tend to build models in the office upstairs, and then we can solve problems or take them further in the genuine material straight away downstairs, and then the process can feed itself and become this nice loop that keeps generating the development of the form we're working on. Stephanie tends to work mostly on the models, and I tend to be downstairs bashing the metal. He's our IT guy.
Yeah.